a place you could order online, but you could also take classes in San Diego or conventions in LA. And the girl, even though she looks like she's doing fire hooping, she incorporates hula hooping with belly dancing, and she teaches classes from fire hooping to beginner level. So let's go to her channel and look at her hoops. Her hoops are going to be on the expensive side just a little bit because her hoops are usually more than just 2 colors. You'll find out that when you look for hula hoops, based on the decoration and who made them, they're going to be called different things. Like this is burlesque, this is earth, this is bunny. It just depends on the person decorating what they wanted to call it. This girl, Unity, is the reason for one of the different versions of a collapsible hoop. And this is what the version of the collapsible hoop looks like. So it breaks off on 2 sides like the 6 segments or 5 segment pieces. Right here you can see there's string in between so that it doesn't actually all come apart and you can keep it together. Going back to your hoops, let's just look at signature hoops, for example. What you want to look for when you're buying online is if it's a custom hoop, you want to specify what type of tape it is. So right now it just says that it's already designed, you don't have to worry about picking the tapes, but you still want to know what type of tape they're using, whether it's gaffer tape, grip tape, vinyl tape, decorative mirror, sequins, fabric, painter's tape, because vinyl tape and mirror and decorative and sequins are just going to slip off your body, whereas gaffer and grip tape and sometimes fabric tape are going to stick to your body a lot better, so it's perfect for beginners. So make sure you specify what type of tape you want. So, what type of size you want, as well as the weight. I already asked her how big a heavy was and how light a light was. Heavy is for beginners, light is for intermediate or advanced. Heavy is 160 psi, whereas light is 100 psi. And for her, $100 or $10 extra is for collapsible. Feel free to email her if you have any more questions. Another site that you can go to is this site right now. I don't really know how to say it. But even though it looks like it's fire hooping and the whole site looks like it, they don't just do fire hooping. So let's go to their hula hoops, which is right there, and you can see that even with them, they have their own versions and own names for hula hoops based off the designs. So go here for hula hoops as well. Another place I recommend is Hoopmamas, but Hoopmamas is actually just a channel on this site, which is ETSY. Unfortunately, due to the holiday season, they are currently out of hula hoops until they return with, they'll do more later on. So if you do want to find another channel, go to this website, and the website's home does look like this. Type in hula hoops right here, or whatever you want to look up, and they'll show you hula hoops. So whether you want 2 twins or LEDs or minis, collapsible, fabric, mini ones, it's up to you. You can just look on this site. If you look right here where these little gray highlighted areas are, those are the channels. So if Hoopmamas was online, then they would say Hoopmamas right here. So just feel free to click on them, look around, look at the different designs. Another place you can buy a hula hoop is Hoopnautica. I don't really recommend their hoops, but I will show you their site. So let's go to shop and let's go to their travel hoops. So as you see on this page, there's minis, travel hoops, matching sets, ones for kids, hoops, starter kits. Let's just go to travel kits. I'm going to click it twice because that way it can bring me right to the travel hoop page. And the reason I don't like hula hoops from this side is because, at least for the travel size, it says it weighs about a pound and a half, and it is approximately 42 inches, and that's for 6 segments. And even with 5 segments, they still don't know. You want to know the specific dimensions of the hoop so you have a reference to buy hoops later on, a reference to look back on. So even today, even though they uploaded it, they still don't know their information. Let's go to DVDs and CDs. I do like Hoopnautica's DVDs though, because they do come with 4 DVDs. The first 2 are beginner, and the second 2 are intermediate ones. If nothing else, I do recommend the first one. They also have starter kits, so you can buy the first DVD and a travel size, or you can buy 4 DVDs, the travel size, and 2 CDs. The travel size is great if you want to be a beginner and an intermediate, just to see what an intermediate feels like. I do like the starter kit, the first DVD, because it has troubleshooting, which shows what you might be doing wrong with the hoop if it keeps falling and what you can do to fix it. It goes at a slow pace, and it's easy to learn. There's another place called Hoop Girl, and this girl teaches in San Francisco, as you can see right here. She sells hoops as well, and These are just like categories of her hoops, not the hoops themselves, so you can just pick. I'm not going to show you that right now, but she also has DVDs as well. I've heard a few things about her DVDs, especially the beginner one. The beginner one has a lot of tricks in them, but they're not very beginner friendly because they don't go at a slow pace. They just show her having her own style, and they don't have troubleshooting. So if you're a beginner, I recommend Hoopnatica instead of this DVD. If you're intermediate, I'd recommend this. Now I'm going to show you some YouTube DVDs or YouTube sites, and right here is going to be where the channel is, of course, where you know. All these are going to either be performances by people or tutorials, but either way, the majority of these people, if they are performances, they have tutorials. Now, if they're tutorials, then they have performances, so feel free to check that out. As far as what to wear, you want to make sure that what you wear has your legs showing, especially for beginning knee hooping and leg hooping, because as you work up a sweat, your legs are going to sweat and the hoop is going to stick to your skin a lot better. If you wear certain material on your legs, the hoop is just going to slide right off from your hips down to your feet, and it's going to be hard to leg hoop, which is why you want to start with skin first. And the same thing goes with shoulders, bare shoulders, when you're chest hooping, shoulder hooping, and ducking your head out to shoulder hoop. As you get better, you'll be able to hula hoop no matter what you wear, but as a beginner you want to be able to have your shoulders and legs bare, and you can see Hoopnatica. As with this, you can see that she has a certain style, so I'm going to show you some other people's. When you look at these people's, their channels, their performances, even their tutorials, look at how they do it. So this guy does a number of tutorials, so check him out. This is his channel. This guy does a bunch of isolations. This one is called the Ghost Cage, but you can check out his other isolation videos. His isolation videos or his tutorials are usually about mini hoops, but you can still use them with regular hoops. Like I said, there are certain types of styles. I call this one dubstep because you could see that this girl is hitting her mark very hard. It's not very girly in a way, but she does have a certain style. So keep that in mind. Okay, and then going on to this one, you can see that this girl also has her own style. So be okay. So you can see where I get the dubstep idea because the song and the music and stuff like that. And then this one is very fluent, unlike the other ones, or fluid. It's very graceful and elegant. This channel actually has a lot of tutorials, but they have guest stars like this girl right now, and this is her name right here. So she's a guest star. They usually just show in the beginning their style before they show the tutorial. So this is a girly style. They also have, they also have this girly style, and yes, this is an LED hula hoop, so very graceful and very fluent. Or fluid. I feel so weird saying these things. Okay, and then they have this guy who teaches tutorials. He's really good at teaching. He's got a whole section, but he also does performances as well. And this group is by Unity, where you could also buy the hula hoops. Remember when I said that girl has a fire hoop, but she teaches belly dancing as well? So this is just some of her students and their performances. So check her out and the rest of the video. They also have this guy. He's the first guy I've seen to So this guy has his own style. I love his videos, his tutorials. He's very detailed. He has a troubleshooting section at the end of his tutorials. But I just want to say that if you do subscribe to someone's channel, just keep in mind that if you're not understanding how someone's explaining something, don't cut yourself short and tell yourself you're stupid. It's probably just because you need someone to explain it differently. For example, this guy, I love him, but at the same time, he couldn't explain how to shoulder hoop or elbow hoop, so I ended up finding this girl who explained it really well. So if you want to know how to do that, look at her video. And this girl, she has a very funny sense of humor. She has more tutorials than she does performances, so this is just a small clip, as well as Safire right here, who's one of the most popular and well-known hoopers online.